Welcome to the vibrant celebration of stories, ideas and cultures. The Alliance Literary Festival 4.0, held at the stunning Alliance University campus in Bangalore. This year's festival brought together voices from across Asia and beyond under the powerful theme, The Asian Century. Legendary poet Javed Akhtar's soulful verses to cricketing icon Anil Kumble's inspiring journey, from powerful debates led by journalist Rajdeep Sardesai to captivating tales by Japanese author Asako Yuzuki, this festival was a melting pot of art, literature and culture. Add in electrifying dance battles, soul-stirring music and fashion that redefine tradition. You have 3 days of pure magic. Stories connected us, ideas inspired us, and Asia took center stage. This was the Alliance Literary Festival, where worlds converged and creativity soared.
Alliance Literary Festival, it began with this thought that Bangalore has to become the hub of art and culture. We have many literary festivals across the country, but as an educational institution where there can be confluence of intellectuals, authors, writers, thought-provoking conversations, we thought it is our duty and responsibility to take Bangalore on the global map and make it a confluence of art and culture.
For 3 unforgettable days, the Alliance Literary Festival was the place to be. A vibrant hub where minds met, stories flowed, and ideas sparked. A true celebration of voices, creativity, and the power of storytelling, all under one roof.
I have to say I've been very impressed, first of all, with the range of themes and authors, scholars who have been brought together. But I think what I've been impressed the most is the participation of students. They seem so enthusiastic and so excited and eager to hear and engage. And I think as an author and teacher, this is what really makes you happy.
We will now like to hand over the mic and the stage to our esteemed guests.
2002, I don't know how many of you remember, Anil's playing in Antigua with West Indies, and he's got a fractured jaw. What an incredible moment. You bowled 14 overs on the trot. You got the wicket of Ryan Lara. Incredible. I mean, that was so inspirational to us. I was just wondering, how do you overcome that challenge?
When things are easy, it's easy to go there and then do the job. You know, when the opposition is finding it difficult to come in and get your wickets is easy. When it's 100 for no loss or 200 for no loss, and then the captain is looking out who's going to come and bowl, that's when you need to put your hand up and saying, look, this is challenging, I want to overcome this. And those are learnings, it's not a failure. People think that success and failure are opposite words. It isn't. Failure is a part and parcel of the journey. You can't help but fail. But how do you get out of that? How do you sort of learn from those failures and then utilize that is what determines how you accept those challenges and overcome it.
This is my first time I've been volunteering for an event, and so far it's been very nice. Basically, I have social anxiety, but when I started doing volunteering, at first it was a little difficult. But after that I got used to it, and now I'm very comfortable with interviewing other peoples and all, and doing volunteering also. So that was very good thing to learn.
So Alliance Literary Festival began in 2022, and that time it was a launch of our School of Liberal Arts. And from there onwards, this is the 4th edition of ALF that you see, where we bring artists, poets, thought leaders, diplomats, so that we have meaningful conversations that set narratives, conversations that shape our future. And this time onwards, the theme is the Asian century.
Bringing together voices from over 25 countries, the festival celebrated Asia's rich history, culture, and ideas while fostering global conversations. It wasn't just about stories, it was about Asia's place at the heart of them.
Are we on the edge of an American century in Asia, or is this going to be the resurrection of a genuine Asian century? I am not at all sure that we are going to see, after this first quarter century of the 21st century, as an American century in Asia, that we are going to see the unrolling over the next 75 years of a Pax Americana determining the destiny of Asia.
It's amazing. I really enjoyed to talk with the people and join the panel, and I experienced lots of new things. It's so wonderful to have a chance to come here and meet people and talking each other. Lots of authors and artists came from another country, and also Indian writers and publishers and different genre of people getting together in this festival is so meaningful to me, and I could join this wonderful festival.
This time, the theme of Alliance Literary Festival is the Asian Century. Alliance Literary Festival is trying to set narratives on how the rising influence of Asia, not just one country, but Asia in geopolitics, in cinema, in art, in animation, in literature, in poetry, is setting a certain narrative that the global audience is looking at. And when we look at all of these different topics, it's hard to ignore one and prioritize the other. In an event like this, we want to bring about caricature to as simple and common as poetry, to as complex as defense.
What compels you to challenge the Western binary narrative that frames any direct or indirect conflict as a simplistic battle between good and evil, where the West is always on the side of good, even when it aligns with or supports controversial figures, whether they be Nazi, terrorist, jihadist, or others? How do you see this narrative shaping global perception?
On the one hand, the West has been declining, and China, and to a lesser extent many other countries, have been rising in terms of their relative power. Despite decades of pious proclamations about how the West would like to see and witness the development of the rest of the world, the West has in fact reacted very badly to the development of the rest of the world.
This is my second visit to this campus, beautiful campus, and such a wonderful environment for the kids, and they are actually blessed to be here, and good faculties, and they are actually trying their Zen person to give all the experience for the kids, because it's not only learning through books, other experience also matters a lot, and it's a very big competitive world. So they have to be equipped with all such things, and this university is supporting kids in such a way they want.
It's all about how well you can communicate what you want to communicate. We have in fact 120 speakers from over 25 countries. The most important challenge is in looking at each of these sessions and trying to create content around it and generate that kind of an interest, and then make it reach to the right audience so that they could soak it in and come for these debates and discussions. The biggest challenge is not the logistics, it's not the people, because people out there, if they get the right message, if they get the right content, well curated in text form, in video form, and we take it out there, I think there are so many people interested in coming and joining this conversation, and ALF 25, the 4th edition, is a testament to it. We've got people traveling from across city. I met a gentleman who's traveled from Hyderabad. He's a US national. He knows one of the writers, but he came simply because one particular session was so meaningful for him, and he thought it was definitely worth his time and effort.
An event like the Alliance Literary Festival is truly worth every moment. With insightful sessions spanning diverse topics, vibrant cultural performances, and soulful music, the festival offered something for everyone. Stalls buzzing with energy, students adding to the vibe through song, dance, and heartfelt poetry. Every corner came alive with creativity and passion. It wasn't just a festival, it was an experience that celebrated stories, ideas, and the spirit of community.
Getting the chance to perform on stage and to carry out my passion, which is music, to full effect in front of a massive audience, I think that's something that really appealed to me about this fest as a whole. So yeah, I'm grateful to be a part of it and to contribute to something in the college.
It's like a high when all of the crowd is like cheering for you. It's like a totally different experience, and that's what we live for.
I love how every student here is very accepting of different cultures as well. The opportunities we're getting is absolutely insane.
To perform in such a huge stage in front of such a huge crowd, where it was an absolute honor.
So not only we teach or finish the syllabus and send off the students, we want to always to give the students a platform, not just a student, but to be a performer, a teacher. And always this university, they always give us that space to bring in your ideas. They've given us liberty for that visibility and exposure of the school. Also to have bring other artists in the school. So it is also a great opportunity for us to have performances inside.
My name is Shreya. I am from Bhopal. And in honor of Alliance Literary Festival happening over here, I want to share some lines with you. Like Bhopal's lakes, serene and wide, this campus glows with literary pride. Words ripple here like waters deep, stories we cherish and memories keep. At Alliance Lit Fest, hearts and minds sow, a heaven for wisdom forever to explore.
One of the things that's happening now is learning is not a certain discipline alone. It is gone beyond that. It is gone beyond multidisciplinarity. Today we talk about transdisciplinarity. So the borders of each of these areas are thinning down. It's all this one big ball. And liberal education, liberal arts just does that. It just throws you out there with so much of information. It's learning for the sake of learning. And then in the whole process, the student, a learner, gets to grab and assimilate so much, and then he finds his path that he could take. And then we have students who've done literature and something else, and going on to head teams that are doing business transformation. So it's not about a domain-specific knowledge, but about learning, the sake of learning, developing your capacity. Skills are separate. So stacking up skills is separate. So we have that going on at Alliance University, and probably that's what you saw in action.
As the sunset and sessions wrapped up, stage lights lit up the sky, unveiling a vibrant lineup of cultural performances. Each act, carefully curated by a passionate team, turned the nights at the Alliance Literary Festival into a celebration of art, music, and culture.
I'm Dr. Shruti Chandrasekhar, Head of the Department of Alliance School of Performing, Visual and Creative Arts. As part of the Literary Festival, we are all celebrating the culture. I would say culture because as a performing arts department head, I always wanted to bring the best to this literary festival, and also some of the dances or dance forms which is not there, which we are not seeing in India at all, especially South. So that is the reason why I wanted to bring the art form called Chhau, Purulia Chhau.
Chhau is it's one of the major dance form, but it's still not a classical dance form. And there is a tendency, you always see a dance form that is in your region or your neighborhood. And this is one of the martial art which is actually done by male dancers. They dress up as women, and there is dance, there is action, there is music, there is war, and there is mythological stories that has been told through that. And also this dance is a combination of, it's, even though it's martial art, it is very much dance based. You don't see that violence on stage.
Purulia Chhau is a very important art form where I feel people should know how beautiful that art form is.
These dancers are from West Bengal. If you look at them dances, their life itself. And these are the people whom should be exposed, who really have, surrendered their life to dance.
The celebration of literary and cultural brilliance continues as the Alliance Literary Festival powers through its 3-day journey, blending thought-provoking discussions with captivating performances. More than just a tribute to literature, the festival is a heartfelt ode to art in all its forms.
Alliance Literary Festival began very small, but now it's reached a stage where it's getting a lot of attention, not just nationally, globally. Our aim is to see how this literature festival can become a hub of influencers, writers, poets who would want to be part of it, who would want to come out here, put out a certain message to the global audience, and we want to be there as movers and shakers and be a platform.
There is a lovely Hindi word called samvad, dialogue. I actually don't believe India should debate as much as India should have a dialogue. You have your point of view, I have my point of view. Let's talk to each other. Unfortunately, today we are talking at each other. I don't like what you say, I walk out of a WhatsApp group. I have people who walk out of WhatsApp groups because they don't agree with what the other person says. That's intolerance. The genius of India was tolerance. This is the most tolerant, diverse country in the world. That's why you can be Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Isai and still be proud to be Indian. That's the genius of India.
We are also bringing Kathak, very famous dancers called Hari and Chethana. They are also coming with us to perform on the day 2 of Literary Festival.
Kathak means like storytellers, and every dancer, if you look at Kathakas, their narration is very different. See, I define something very different, you define something, but we'll be defining this plant, the same plant, but the narration becomes a little different. And for the third person who watched that plant and listened to both narrations, it is something very interesting to listen.
With a literary festival of this scale, it's no surprise that some of the biggest names from around the world were eager to be part of it. Among them was none other than the legendary Javed Akhtar, a towering figure in postmodern Indian literature, known for effortlessly bridging the gap between modernism and postmodernism. Akhtar added immense gravitas to an already star-studded lineup.
We've gone from this incredible stoic, angry young man who stood for, in a way, the working class hero, to an entitled, toxic, angry young man. Right, Javed Sahab, I just want you to reflect on this. What has changed in Indian society? Why do we see these kinds of masculinities in cinema today?
First of all, it's advisable that you should not be angry. You should be unhappy about things, you should disagree with certain things, with certain cool, calm reasoning. But yes, anger is also natural. But if at all you are angry, the question is, you are angry with whom? Anyone who is angry with the weaker, the vulnerable, the less powerful is not angry. This person is a bully. This person is a sadist, because you have to be protective of the weaker. And if you are really angry and you are the man in capital M and capital A and capital A, then you should be angry with those who are much more powerful than you, not with the weaker, not with the vulnerable. Then we will see, all right, now you are angry and you are gutsy and you are the man of your own definition.
There is a third dimension to what universities should do. Not just teaching, learning and research. It is also building community and developing the economy. Such conversations, they move a lot of things. They move governments, they move businesses, they move minds. Conversations, ideas, these are the basic foundation that once laid set a narrative, set a stage for someone to look at, hey, this is something that we should probably prioritize, this is gaining momentum, and Alliance as a university gives that platform for anybody who's excelling in his or her area to come showcase what they have. I think truly making this into a property that Bengaluru can be proud about, that India can be proud about. I think that's the aim.